All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, I like to say welcome, welcome, welcome to a bonus watch along here on the Retro Wrestling Revival. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Martin is here, never fear. While Big John, he's on vacation right now. He's currently up in the charm city known as Baltimore, Maryland, which I'm a little bit jealous because not only is the food fantastic, but the people are even better. And you know what? I miss Baltimore, so I'm glad that John's having a good time with his wife and with family right now. So shout out to my brother from another mother, Mr. Johnny Podcasting, brother. Like, we love you, but you know what? We're gonna be holding the fort down while you're gone because you know what? That's what we do here. We have fun, we have a blasty blast, and we show you why we are the premier source for retro wrestling content on Facebook and on the internet, baby, because that's how we roll. So, you know what? Tonight, we're going to be doing something different, something a little bit off of the beaten path, because honestly, there's a company that was founded by podcast mogul Court Bauer. You guys, most of you who are fans of podcasting, you've probably heard of the podcast network called the MLW Radio Network. Okay, now Court Bauer, he owns that. Not only that, but he owns a professional wrestling company called Major League Wrestling. And back in the day, right after the WWE bought out WCW and ECW, there was a bunch of companies out there that were fighting for like the number two spot, so to speak. So, with that said, Court, he actually decided to throw his hat into the ring and he started Major League Wrestling and he actually got a TV deal and he had a show called MLW Underground. Now, Court, he had, I think it was like 40 or 50 shows, something like that. I could be wrong. Don't call me on it. And he actually, like the shows, like were actually pretty damn good. But like we're gonna go down memory lane tonight. And with Court, he had the company for a good while, and then suddenly, like they disappeared. Court started to focus on like his podcasting, and which I believe about 5 or 6 years ago, once again, don't quote me on this, Court brought back Major League Wrestling, and now they are one of the bigger companies within professional wrestling. So this is a show that many of you might not know about, but it's a fun scroll down memory lane because you're going to have people on you're going to have people from ECW, WCW, WWE talents that weren't necessarily signed to TNA or to the WWE during this time. So, brother Wanglin, I Vampiro is on this show. I'm excited to see that actually. So, for everybody out there that wants to have some fun, follow the link below that I got listed on the description. We're going to watch some Major League Wrestling tonight, the first ever episode of Underground, baby. And we're just going to see how we like it. So if this goes well and we like it, guess what? We might add this onto our lineup. Our lineup, baby. And this might be something that might be an organic part of our show. So I'm excited. So guys, if you would, do the countdown, and while I'm doing the countdown, make sure you are on the link that is provided on the description. That's right. I am excited to start this new journey with you. So here we go, baby. 5, staying alive. 4, hit the floor. 3, ooh wee. 2, electric boogaloo. 1, let's do this, son. Here we go. Major League Wrestling Underground, episode 1. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, CM Punk was in this. Dusty Rhodes was in this. Joey Styles was actually the announcer for this. So, I mean, there's so many different things on this show, like, which is fascinating and cool. And Mr. Johnny Wanglin said, "Hello, brother Christopher Martin. I love you, man. I love you, John. I just brought you up, actually. And I just put you over because you're awesome." Okay, so hybrid wrestling, strong style. And this is the thing, is when it came to Major League Wrestling, they prided themselves as being able to give something for everybody. They had hardcore wrestling, they had technical style, Japanese strong style, they had like the European chain wrestling style, lucha libre. They had all that, And honestly, like the product was fantastic. What happened to where they went quiet for a few years, I have no idea, but that would be fascinating to find out. Um, you had, oh wow, okay, so you had the Extreme Horsemen on here, which was Steve Carino, C.W. Anderson, and Just Incredible, I believe. Joey Styles, man, he's on here. He is the announcer for MLW. And there's so many people that thought that this would actually be the replacement for ECW and that this company would have lasted longer than what it did with its initial run, which 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 honestly, like the style that these guys had, it was a melting pot of, in my opinion, I would say Ring of Honor, ECW, and New Japan. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And it took all of like the positive aspects of those companies and like they molded them together, which I don't know if Ring of Honor was around back then. I think Ring of Honor debuted in 2002. I think this was either 2002 or 2003. But but either way, both companies were within their infancy. L.A. Park La Parka, he is out, the chairman of professional wrestling. I'm sorry, Sean Spears, but that title goes to La Parka, guys. I'm excited. We're gonna have some fun tonight, and I believe the first match tonight. It is L.A. Park La Parka versus Jerry Lynn, which, in my opinion, Jerry Lynn, the guy is a revolutionary. The guy is a legend. The guy is one of the cornerstones of the early days of TNA wrestling. Former ECW champion. The guy is a light heavyweight legend. And I one day you hear me, Vince McMahon. You hear me, TNA wrestling. Guys, put him in the Hall of Fame. He deserves it without a shadow of a doubt. The guy was one of the hardest workers out there. And without a doubt, Jerry Lynn does not get the credit that he deserves. So La Parka, he's just strumming that guitar, but it's an actual chair, so it's exciting. All right, I believe this is at the old ECW arena that they had this show. So, like you talk about the ECW influence, I think this is most definitely a great reflection of that. Mr. Joe Whaling, brother, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I 100% side with you on that. Jerry Lynn is such an underrated guy that has done so much for this business. And he's one of the guys that broke the door wide open for smaller guys to get over. And Jerry does not get the credit that he deserves. Speaking of Jerry Lynn, he's coming out right now. Like I said, Jerry is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. The guy, he puts on a clinic with anybody that he's in the ring with. And the phenomenal AJ Styles, he often gives Jerry Lynn credit for being one of the guys that helped get him noticed within the early days of TNA wrestling. And like with Styles, Styles, whenever like you think of TNA, normally like the first person that pops in your head is AJ Styles. Many people say that that's the house that AJ Styles built. That's true, but guess what? Jerry Lynn was one of the guys that laid down the foundation so Styles could build that house. Just saying. All right, we're getting ready to get this match started between L.A. Parker and Jerry Lynn. I'm excited. A clash of styles. La Parka, an absolute cruiserweight legend himself, a big cruiserweight, but he was a cruiserweight legend himself. And he's most notable for his time in WCW, actually. He's one of the guys that helped put over that cruiserweight division, which, in my opinion, like with the cruiserweight division, they were pretty much the ones that set up, and then the New World Order knocked it down when it came to the WCW product. So like the Cruiserweight division and the New World Order, they went hand in hand, like with helping WCW dominate for that period of time that they did. And And John just asked, this is a first for the show MLW. Yes, sir, it is. I figured that while you're on vacation, brother, that I could try something new. And this has always been something that I've been fascinated with, but I've never really thought about doing. And I just got a wild hair up my hind end, and I decided to do it tonight. So, us here at the Retro Wrestling Revival, we want to give you guys a taste of all kinds of professional wrestling. And we're not just going to stick to WWE. Like, we're not just going to stick to WCW or AEW. Like, we're gonna show you wrestling from all around the world. And this is a prime example of that. Oh God, L.A. Park. He's starting on. Oh, snap suplex on a Jerry Lynn. Jerry, man, he's starting out slow. He's slow out of the blocks, and you know what? It's fascinating to see this because normally Jerry's the one like to start off quick. So you see Laparca, he is slowly working on the arm of Jerry Lynn, and Jerry's main finisher is that cradle pile driver. So like, think about it, is if his arm's messed up, he can't do the cradle pile driver to win. So Laparca, he's been very, very smart with that. Oh, beautiful snapmare by Jerry Lynn. And, hopping up by Jerry Lynn. Bouncing off the ropes. Beautiful head scissors. Oh, man, Jerry, he made it look so freaking good, so smooth. Jerry Lynn, beautiful. Bulldog. Laparca, he is down. You got Jerry Lynn. He's having some fun. He's mocking Laparca. He's like, yeah, man, you think you're bad. You think you're the chairman. Guess what? You ain't nothing compared to me because I am the whole effing show. And Jerry Lynn, he's one of the few guys that went toe-to-toe with Rob Van Dam during Rob Van Dam's heyday. And very few people could actually keep up with Rob back in the day, and Jerry was one of them. Oh, 10 count. Boom. Oh, Laparca keeps smacking Jerry in the face. And the thing about it is, like, with Laparca, not many people know this, but like with the character Laparca, it wasn't just played by one person down in Mexico. There were actually many Laparcas, and a lot of people don't know that. But the United States version, as far as I know, there was only one person playing it. Jerry Lynn, he's on the top rope. He's getting ready to jump outside right onto Laparca. Boom, cross body. Both men are out on the ground. And the thing about it is I just noticed there is no mats on the ground. That is nothing but pure T concrete, ladies and gentlemen. And for all the people that want to criticize saying wrestling's fake or whatever, guess what? You can't fake landing on concrete. I don't care who you are. So Jerry, he gets back in the ring so he doesn't get counted out. And he is getting that motivation from the audience. He's getting that energy saying, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to win tonight. We're going to kick some ass because I'm Jerry Lynn, by God. Baseball slide misses. Laparca gets back in the ring. Boom! Kicks Jerry right into the stomach as Jerry gets back in the ring. And Laparca, he's regained the momentum. Just whenever Jerry had it, boom, it is switched back. And you got Laparca, he's got Jerry in the corner, and he is chopping him like Ric Flair. He's chopping him down like a tree, saying, this is my house, baby. Okay, he throws Jerry back to the corner, misses it, ass first, and Laparca is down. Jerry, he is trying to recover, and right into the corner, Jerry, boom. Top turnbuckle, he misses. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, right into the face. Laparca, beautiful spin kick right off the top rope. Jerry goes outside. Hold on. We got Mr. Joel Welling. This is why he started going by LA Park. It was to tell the WCW persona from the Mexican wrestlers. That I was not aware of, my friend. I just thought that they had to change it for copyright purposes because someone else owned it, but That's pretty cool, man. I did not know that. I found out something new tonight. That's one of the cool things whenever you do these watch alongs and share it like with the fellow retro renegades, is that they teach you something new. And the thing about it, guys, is just to let you know that the Retro Wrestling Revival page, we are for fans by fans. Okay, we never claim to be freaking experts, but we love wrestling. We have a passion for it, and we want to share it, and we want to watch along with you all. So, if you know something that we don't know, share it. We would love to hear from you. Oh, beautiful tornado DDT by Jerry Lynn. Oh, and he picks up the win. Wait, hold on. Did he pick up the win? Yep, beautiful tornado DDT. Jerry Lynn wins, and he beats La Parka in the first ever match in the history of MLW Underground television, which is pretty freaking cool. That's a distinction that he has. And also, I believe he was in one of the first matches in the history of TNA wrestling. One of the first matches, not the first match, but one of the first matches. Speaking of that, actually, me and John, we just did a watch along to the first ever TNA wrestling pay-per-view. So if you guys want to go back into the Retro Wrestling Revival page and check that watch along out, you guys will have a blast because I know me and John did. Okay, an encore heard around the world. I'm trying to see what's going on here. I have no idea who this is, guys. Please forgive me. All right. Apparently, this is a Japanese wrestler that was the MLW World Champion. Guys, I'm not too keen on like the Japanese wrestling, especially back then, which I'm more familiar now than I was back then. So yeah, just saying. Don't judge me. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. Koji. Wait, Koji. The guy's name was Koji, I guess. Oh God. What is zero gravity? This is what this guy's asking. Okay. I have no idea who that is either. That's one of the beautiful parts about watching these shows is that you get to discover who these guys are. He's going to kick somebody's ass. 1, 2, 3. All right. Chapter 1, The Rise of the Horsemen. So I assume they're going to show what's the history of the Extreme Horsemen, which the Extreme Horsemen, it was Simon Diamond, Steve Corino, C.W. Anderson, and like right now they are beating the living piss out of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby. And the great thing you could say when it comes to Dusty Rhodes is that he was always willing to put over the younger talent and um, to help wrestling businesses get over. And you could say that for Major League Wrestling, you could say that for TNA, you could say that for NXT. I mean, just WCW. I mean, just so many different companies. Dusty made such a massive impact on that he does not get enough credit. Hell, even for ECW, Dusty did his best to help it get over. And the same goes for Terry Funk. Oh God, the Extreme Horsemen, they are completely decimating Terry Funk, the Funkster. He is down, and it's like, is anybody going to come and help him, or they going to let the middle-aged and crazy man just completely get decimated? And we got Steve Corino. He just took out the referee. The referee just got hit by the chair. Good Lord. Trash can shot to the head. Terry Funk, C.W. Anderson's just like, I ain't going to mess with, you ain't going to mess with perfection. And that's what they aren't. And that's what the Extreme Horsemen are. Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. This is a mugging. This is a freaking disgusting display of inhumane violence. Good Lord, the Extreme Horsemen, they beat Terry Funk and Dusty Rhodes, baby. All right. If you will, baby. Horsemen. So this is the formation of the Extreme Horsemen. So like the handicap match that was Terry and Dusty versus those three guys. Okay, so this is a commercial mixing like the modern Major League Wrestling product, and there is a group called the Dynasty in like the modern Major League Wrestling. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. All right. And it's showing a commercial for Keeping It 100, the Raven Effect podcast, the Mind of the Meanie podcast with the Blue Meanie, the University of Dutchman Tells podcast, Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling. Okay, I've never heard of that. The MLW Radio Network. So for like diehard wrestling fans out there, if you ain't satisfied like with your current podcast choices, go check out the Major League Wrestling podcast network. All right. Now, Joey Styles, right now, he's talking about how there is the first ever Major League Wrestling Global Tag Team Champions. And this is a tournament, how there's going to be people from Japan, the people from all over the world that are going to compete for this prestigious title, by God. It's crazy how back in the day these companies would use like licensed music, and this would essentially get over, and like they wouldn't get in trouble. Joel Maximo, the SATs, I think these are actually. This is the SATs actually, which I think about like a month or two ago, me, John, and Big Mike, we did a watch along to the SATs. By God, these guys are terrible. Now, with all due respect, now I see why they were not on TNA doing promos, because they're plumb terrible. But these guys were a fantastic tag team. They weren't very well known, but the ECW legend known as Mikey Whipwreck, the first Triple Crown champion in the history of ECW, he was the one that trained these guys. He trained Kurt Hawkins. He trained Zack Ryder. He trained the Amazing Red. Mikey was a phenomenal trainer. There's Taiyo Kea. Okay, that's the name of that Japanese wrestler that we were talking about earlier. Okay, so Taiyo Kea, he was trained by the Great Muta, and he competes primarily in All Japan Pro Wrestling. And he's facing Malice. Okay, Malice was formerly known as the Wall in WCW, like the guy that was the bodyguard for Berlin, which was played by Alex Wright. Which with Alex Wright, Dust Wonder Kid, you know, like the Dancing Fool. Yeah. So yeah, like the Wall, he was the bodyguard for Berlin, and then he went out right on his own, and he became For anybody that's familiar with the ECW brand, there was a wrestler by the name of Brian Lee. The guy, like, no, wait, 911. I'm sorry. And he would actually just randomly just walk up to people and start choke slamming them. And then, like, the guy would get like a massive pop. And the Wall or Malice back in WCW, he pretty much did the same thing. He would just like walk up to people and just choke slam the shit out of them and get like a massive pop. And okay, so we got Johnny Podcast in here. He's calling me the dancing fool. Now I am, by God, you damn right, I'm a dancing fool. Because I like to dance, prance, and romance, baby. I am the stuttering stud muffin, the major league stutter muffin, Brother Martin tonight. You damn right. So Koji, I think his name's Koji. Malice and this gentleman, they're going at it. Let's see how this goes. Malice, we watched him on the first ever TNA pay-per-view, and he had a fantastic showing whenever he was facing Ken Shamrock in the Gauntlet for the Gold to crown the first ever TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And Malice had a phenomenal showing. James Mitchell was his manager. Absolutely fantastic. The guy showed he was a stud. He was a star within that show. And it's just a shame. Okay, come on. Come on, John. Jerry Toot was excellent. Toot, 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 toot. You damn right. I love it. Oh, beautiful. Like they're going to the outside right now. There is nothing fancy. Yes, that's Malice. John just asked, is that Malice? Yes. Yes. The announcer has just said it 40 times, John. Yes. Yes. Yes, that's Malice. Here we go, guys. Going back and forth. Set for the ride once again. Malice thinks that he's going to win that easily. No, he's not. God, ladies and gentlemen. He is sadly sick. Oh, back kick to the back. Whew. I love it. Here we go. Second episode of, and John wants to say this. Second episode of our TNA watch along series is coming back whenever we get back. And by God, that's going to happen. Within like the next 2 weeks, we're going to bring back the second episode. And we're going to continue this, guys, like a house of fire, because we know that you guys want it based off of the messages we've gotten, based off the views, everything, the downloads, all that. You guys have told us that you love it, so we're going to give it to you. I'm excited. And John says he's looking forward to more TNA. And this is actually might be a great companion piece to the TNA, because this is kind of before and what the wrestlers were doing prior to TNA starting. So this is very interesting to see the wrestlers like Malice and Jerry Lynn and Vampiro and all that. Oh, 1, 2. This match is hot garbage. I'll be honest with you guys. Nothing against Malice. Nothing against Koji, I think the guy's name is, but it's absolutely terrible. These guys have no chemistry. That's the one thing that you're going to get from us here at the Retro Wrestling Revival. You're going to get nothing but pure teen honesty, and I'm not going to put over something that flat out sucks. Good Lord. Terrible Hurricanrana. A drop kick to the knee and kick to the chest. Malice, he's getting... Okay. This match is hot garbage, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you, Jesus. The match is over. Okay. A Northern Sight suplex.
Hey! You're a big fat phony! A big fat phony! You're a phony! This guy's a great big phony! Hey, you know who lives in this house? A great big phony! A phony lives here! A big fat phony! Wasn't gonna jump. It could be a phony! A big fat phony!
That's right. Okay, so now they're doing a commercial for the Major League Wrestling t-shirt store. So yeah. But like I said, like the modern Major League Wrestling product is fantastic. If you guys want a great alternative to AEW, to Ring of Honor, to the WWE, to TNA, Major League Wrestling is a great alternative to that. So for people out there, which I suggested because which I believe they have their new episodes on YouTube. Adam Finch said, Amazing Raid was first trained by Mr. Aguila before going to Mikey Whipwreck. That's how he first got his lifeline. Okay. Mr. Finch, thank you so much for letting me know that. I was not aware of that, actually. So Mr. S.A. Rios was the one that first got a hold of the Amazing Red before Mikey Whipwreck did. Okay, very cool. See, like I said, that's one of the beautiful things about watching this stuff with you guys is that we learn just as much as you do. So very cool for that fact. Thank you so much, Mr. Finch. All right. Oh, and speaking of S.A. Rios, one of my favorite light heavyweight matches of all time was from WrestleMania 14, which was Mr. Aguila versus Taka Michinoku for the light heavyweight championship, which I feel like that was honestly the best light heavyweight championship match in the history of the WWE. But it's just a shame that they did not invest more into that division because it could have been something big. Right now, we got Steve Corino shitting all over Dusty Rhodes. No offense, with all due respect to Steve Corino, yes, I know that guy loved the business. The guy was dedicated to the business. He busted his ass. He worked hard. But I was never a massive fan of Steve Corino. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. Maybe one of you guys can explain it to me what the appeal of Steve Corino was, but I never was really a big fan of the guy. Ooh. So Steve Corino is challenging Terry. Wait, hold on. Hold on. So Steve Corino is challenging Terry Funk. Yep. It's Steve Corino. He's challenging Terry Funk. Both former ECW champions, both former NWA champions going at it. So starting on the episode 3, the tag team tournament for the first ever Major League Wrestling Tag Team Champions will begin. So we got the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels coming out right now. Once again, you talk about people that revolutionized the light heavyweights and got them over and helped break the glass ceiling for smaller guys to get over in professional wrestling. Christopher Daniels is another prime example. The guy does not get enough credit. He is an absolute freaking stud, even which I think he's in his mid to late 40s right now, and the guy can still have a freaking barn burner with damn near anybody. Daniels is so underappreciated. He's so underrated, and I encourage anybody that doesn't know about Christopher Daniels, look his stuff up. You'll be highly impressed. You'll be highly entertained, and you'll probably come back and say, Chris, thank you. There was rumors going around back in 1999 with the higher power storyline during the in May of 1999 within the WWE that quite possibly Christopher Daniels might have been the higher power. Now, from what I heard, that was shot down because of Daniels' size. Vince McMahon believed that people would look at Daniels and not take him seriously because he was smaller. Oh my, how he's singing a different tune now with smaller wrestlers. All right. Christopher Daniels, here we go. Who's coming out, ladies and gentlemen? Vampiro. All right, the Lucha Libre legend. This man has he has made a name in Mexico, and he's most notable in the United States for his feud with Sting and for his affiliation with the Insane Clown Posse in WCW. And Vampiro, the guy was an absolute stud. One of his biggest feuds within his career was with Conan, and this guy, quite possibly, and which I'm personally not the biggest fan of the guy, but you know what? You can't deny his impact on Mexican professional wrestling. The guy was treated like a god down there. The guy was actually, in my opinion, one of the top 5 biggest stars in the history of Lucha Libre Mexican wrestling. You guys don't believe me? Go look it up. The guy made a massive impact. You can't deny it. You can question the personality with the guy, but you can't deny the impact the guy has had on Mexican professional wrestling. All right. Okay, now Joey Styles is saying Vampiro's in the best shape of his entire career. How much did Vampiro pay Joey Styles to say that? Good Lord. Because I've seen Vamp in better shape. And now if Vamp gives 100%, this is going to be a barn burner because I know Daniels, he always gives 100%. And Daniels, from my understanding, he first got his start on the West Coast within the same company that John Cena and Samoa Joe got their start at. So I think the company was called UPW. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was UPW. And Daniels was one of the stars that came out of that company. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Vampiro, he puts him in the corner. Now he's stepping back. He's like, okay, let's go. Let's get this started. Let's get this party started. That's right. Okay. Oh. Okay. A go behind a reverse by Christopher Daniels. And like the thing is like with Joey Styles, guys, you like with Joey Styles on this show, I love Joey Styles because he's one of those announcers that actually told a story by talking about the moves, by explaining the importance of the moves and the characters, and he mixed everything together, but most importantly, he wasn't just talking about the upcoming main event for 4 straight matches like most WWE shows do and ignore what's going on within the ring. He gave respect to the wrestlers that were in front of him, and he gave them enough respect to actually call their matches. So for Joey Styles, I greatly admire him for that, and I greatly respect him. And he has such a great respect for the sport that he would call the moves. That's what drives me nuts about people like Corey Graves and people like Michael Cole. They don't give a shit to call the moves. That's unless it's something big or like a false finish or like a finisher. They really don't talk about it. So here we go. Beautiful. So is Vamp getting ready to go for the okay. Oh, beautiful. Reverse. Oh. Leg scissors to the head. He's trying to choke out Daniels. That's a smart decision. Now Daniels is reversing it, and he's going into a beautiful. This is very interesting to watch, guys. These guys, they're going to the ground and like they're working on the head, like they're working on the legs, and like they're trying to get the guy down. It's fun to watch these types of matches because if you bring the guy down, he ain't gonna be able to get up, and if he can't get up, then guess what? He can't do his moves to win. So it's smart. So Daniels is back to the headlock, nicely done, and it's gonna be. Oh, he's got a forearm right up against the nose of Vampiro, and it's just going to be interesting to see if this is going to affect Vampiro going forward. Shoulder block. Oh, it's like, what the hell, man? Boom. Beautiful, beautiful transition to, oh, a reverse heel hook. Oh, beautiful, beautiful move. I like that. That was a nice transition right there. Okay. Oh, and John Finnegan, the referee, actually, he was one of like the most famous referees in the history of ECW. For many people that don't know that, so there's a lot of ECW influence within this company, but you can tell because like I said, this was right after ECW went out of business. So like you're gonna have a lot of companies that were trying to not necessarily copy their style, but they were inspired by their style. Come on. So we got Daniels outside. Daniels, he's trying to get like his leg back to normal. The side headlock by Daniels. Let's see what he can do now. He's trying to cut off the blood flow to the head of Vampiro. Mr. Joel says you gotta love Daniels selling. Yes, sir. Which I agree like 100%. Like I said, Daniels, he is someone that helped shatter the glass ceiling for smaller guys to be taken seriously, like within the professional wrestling business. And not only from his character to like his movesets, but also the guy was a phenomenal seller. Dare I say, but I put Daniels in the same category as a Dolph Ziggler for selling ability. The guy was just phenomenal. And selling is something that is key to getting your opponent over and to getting you over, and for people to take what you're doing more seriously. So, like, for people that don't know what selling is the art of showing that you're getting your ass whooped, but making it look as real as possible. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful crescent kick to the face. Vampiro straight to Daniel's head. You talk about something that can knock somebody out. There you go. Vampiro's decided to go to the top rope. You think that that Vampiro would have been at the top rope? Oh, beautiful spin kick off the top rope. Man, Vampiro is looking damn good in this match. And like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but he's looking damn good right now. Now Vampiro, he's taking Daniels down back near the entranceway, right into the steel guardrail. And believe me, I've dealt with guardrails before, and I have fell into one at work. Those things are not fun. Believe me, there ain't nothing to think about those. Okay, so we got Daniels and Vampiro. They're at the timekeeper's table, and let's see what they're going to do. So, are they going to throw them through it, or are they just going to continue to go around and see what toys they can grab? Oh, beautiful chop to the chest. Oh, chair to the back of Daniels. And Daniels is selling like he's asking for mercy. He's saying, Lord, please help me. Give me the strength I need to make it through this. And you know what? Vamp and Daniels, they have great chemistry. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. These guys are doing very, very well together. The chemistry is off the charts. And this is a very entertaining match. Oh, kick to the dick. Boom. Leg drop. Vampiro. Oh, good lord. A knee to the nutsack. Not fun. And I'm wondering if John Finnegan is going to be the one to say, hey, guys, no nut shots. Or is he going to let these guys just go at it? I don't know. What kind of referee is John Finnegan? Actually, John Finnegan has a podcast. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but you guys check it out. Oh, beautiful. Leg kick. Oh, okay. Good lord. Daniels, he might have to ice his balls later because, good lord, those things are getting mutilated. Oh, a lazy pen cover by Vampiro. So what does he think? He cannot finish off Daniels with a couple nut shots and a lazy cover. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on, Daniels. Let's see what you can do. Oh, beautiful, beautiful boot to the face. Ah, running neck breaker. I love it. And speaking of Daniels, guys, right now, me and John, we're doing our NWA TNA pay-per-view series. We just did the first episode, and actually coming up, you're going to have Christopher Daniels get a lot more attention, and he's going to be getting involved a heck of a lot more within the company, and some of his best work within his career was during this time coming up. So stay tuned to watch the NWA TNA pay-per-views with us, which like we're going to be within like the next week and a half. We're going to be doing episode number 2. Right now, we got Christopher Daniels. He is rolling Vampiro back in the ring, and Joey Styles keeps reminding people that the floor is absolutely filthy. It's disgusting. Do not eat your chicken soup on it because you will get herpes. Apparently, that's the way he's selling it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, beautiful. He's bouncing. Oh wow. Forearms to the head. Vampiro bounce off the rope. Boot to the face. Daniels. Oh, misses. Charges good. Power bomb. Daniels. Man, this is a great back and forth match, guys. I absolutely love it. I like this kind of wrestling, and honestly, I think this is selling me on doing the rest of the series. If the shows are like this, then I will definitely do it. A back heel trip to the ground. Oh, the best moonsault ever. Yes. Oh, and Vampiro gets up. Vampiro, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. Daniels, he's about to go on the top rope. He's trying to figure out, what do I do to beat this vampire? What do I do to beat this dead man? And you know what? Hold on. Mr. Finch said Daniel started at Windy City Pro at about 93, showed up in UPW late 99, 2000. Holy crap, Daniels has been wrestling for that long? I did not know that. That's actually something that I could do to go check out too. So, Mr. Finch, would you happen to know if there is uh, shows on Windy City that like we could pull up online, like maybe YouTube? Because which I would love to watch Daniel's his his earlier stuff. That would be awesome to watch. Oh, beautiful back chop to Vampiro. So Daniels, he's been wrestling for about 30 years now. Damn near. Wow. To the Sambo suplex, and it's over. So I guess that's like a version of the rock bottom. Vampiro, he picks up the win. The match was fantastic. It was great back and forth. I think, once again, this is a match that has sold me on continuously doing this series. Vampiro, you saved the series for us. Congratulations, brother. And I wish nothing but the best for you. And I sincerely mean that. Okay, so we got Vampiro. He's standing in the corner here after his win. Okay. We got Raven lighting a pitcher on fire. All right, Mr. Joel, brother, thank you so much for joining me tonight on the Retro Wrestling Revival, and I pray that you had a good time, that you had fun tonight, and I hope that you can join us again later on, man. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first ever episode of Major League Wrestling Underground. And I just want to say that I was absolutely thoroughly impressed. The show was fantastic and great news. I've decided that we're going to continue with this series. And I'm going to be doing this solo. Now, if John wants to join me with these watch alongs, he's more than welcome to. But I will continue to do this show because it's freaking awesome. I was impressed. I didn't think that I would like it as much as I did. But by God, I'm going to freaking watch it, man. I'm excited to see where this goes. And Mr. Finch says Windy City Pro has some matches from '94 with Daniels on YouTube. Okay, brother, I will definitely check that out. And that's what I love about doing this is because there's certain things that I'm not aware of that you guys make me learn and help me learn. And I'm grateful for that because that helps me become a better host when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to the business. So, guys, thank you so much. But I'm definitely going to give the show like a thumbs up. The Daniels Vampiro match, that's what cemented it for me. The Jerry Lynn La Parka match was fantastic. The Malice match was complete garbage. I'll be honest with you. I just wasn't a fan. That was not a great representation of the talent Malice has, but by God, you can't win them all. And I just want to say thumbs up on my end. This is another bonus episode for you guys with like the watch alongs. Brother John, Mr. Johnny Podcast, and he's currently on vacation right now. But I'm thinking before he gets back, we're gonna do like at least one more bonus episode watch along. And you're still gonna have content that's been pre-taped to come out with me and John. So don't you worry, don't you fret. You're still gonna get your your retro wrestling fix because we are the premier source for retro wrestling content on Facebook and on the World Wide Web. And I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And Mr. Finch, before he goes, he says check out cagematch.net. They have the most wrestler matches and promotions listed on there. Jericho used it for research on his latest book, so it's fairly accurate. Okay. Okay, brother. Thank you so much. For all the diehard wrestling fans out there, If you want to research your favorite wrestler and you want to know where they went to, where they came from, who they faced, check out cagematch.net. They will have all the best details on who faced who, when, how they won, and where it was at. So that is awesome. Mr. Adam Finch, thank you, brother. And thank you so much for joining me, Adam. I do appreciate it. And for the people that are going to join me afterwards when this is not live no more and this is taped, thank you for joining me, which I hope and pray that every single person that you've enjoyed this and that let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, stuff that we can do like to make your experience better here on the Retro Wrestling Revival, because we're going to strive to be the best. We're going to strive to do the best, and we're going to strive to give you content that you're passionate about and that you truly care about like we do. So guys, I love you. Thank you so much. God bless you and have a safe, blessed, joyous, and wonderful night. And thank you so much for joining us here on the Retro Wrestling Revival. Make sure, by God, make sure you check out our past content. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a brain fart here. And by God, there's so much content that like your head will spin. I promise you. So, guys, it's been a true honor. It's been a true pleasure. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. God bless you. And I pray that you guys have a safe, blessed, joyous, and wonderful week. Whenever you see this, you're awesome. You're loved. You're beautiful. And guess what? No matter what you like with professional wrestling, like what you like. Don't be a dick and share your passion. That's all. All right, guys. Peace.
Audio